Welcome, everybody, to Coffee with Bud and Bigddadysauce.
Good morning, Chad. How are you today?
Oh, not bad.
The weather treating you white?
Yeah, it is.
Good. We got some beautiful overcast, cloudy skies down here. A little fog and about 64 South Texas.
Little snow here,
You
so
keep that
not
stuff up
bad.
there.
Yeah, no kidding.
Well, today's episode is brought to you by Unique Waterworks, LLC, out of South Texas, and August 5 Designs out of Victoria, Texas, making t-shirts, hats, hoodies, everything you need.
Yeah,
Also brought to you by Dragon Magic Productions. If it wasn't for Dragon Magic Productions, we wouldn't have our little podcast. So we thank them.
yep,
What do we have
great
on the
music.
agenda today, Chad?
Well, let's take a look here. We jotted down some notes. I think we're going to go ahead and start off by talking about the race that we had last night. A little another dress rehearsal. I did not live stream it.
The Xfinity series, was it?
Yep, we did an Xfinity Series run, full laps. We were at Homestead, Miami, and we ran full tunes, full flags. Didn't go quite as well as we hoped, but it was better than the other ones we had, so we were moving in the right direction. Um, we have a lot of thanks to people that showed up out there. Some drivers, our regulars were there. We had a new guy show up. He ran really well, Hooligan.
Yes.
We'd like to say thank you, Hooligan, for showing up and running with us.
We have a few new interested individuals coming into race, and there's been a lot of guys showing interest in the clean racing. I say that lightly with, the cautions last night, but that was a different story. Anyway, but we have a new sparked interest, and hopefully this is going to be something that people desire. Clean racing, a little, more respect, I think, than a lot of the public lobbies you find today.
Oh, most definitely. Yeah, we got some things coming. Um, more races to come, more practice dress rehearsals and so forth. Things lined up.
And
Driver
all of
exit.
this is available on the website at www.newvelocityracing.com. You could go to the website, check out the drivers, the schedules, schedule for the upcoming NVR NASCAR series, everything NVR. If you'd like to join the community, there is a click the button on the first page, and that will be the start to you running with the New Velocity crew, NASCAR 25 or Gran Turismo 7. Send us a message. Come on down, the water's fine.
So hopefully everybody's got their coffee this morning and having a great Sunday morning. We'll be opening up chat a little later on. Anybody who wants to chat with us live on YouTube, you can do that through the live stream, or if you're on the PlayStation, you can come on in. The chat is open here in a little bit, and we'll get to talking to a bunch of people, questions, anything like that. Um, so yeah, last night's race was helpful. Learned quite a bit off of it.
I believe that all these races are more of a learning experience than anything.
Well, yeah, with a new game and new driving, what's the word I'm looking for here?
Physics.
Physics, yes, thank you. Those are always, when you're coming from like Gran Turismo or Assetto Corsa or anything like that, each game is different. So learning right off the riff, it's a curve. So, Bud, we're gonna go ahead and move into the Sector 7 Championships portion of this real quick. Big news in NVR, everybody. We NVR did excellent. So I'm going to turn it over to Bud here, and he's going to do the rundown and give us all the great news that we were waiting to hear.
Well, NVR was participating in the Sector 7 GR Cup, and I'll tell you what, there were some really, really fast drivers. And we have, as a guest today, our Pro-Am champion, Mr. NVR Maverick. Welcome, Maverick. How are you today?
Very well, sir. Good morning, everyone.
How do you feel today on your victory weekend?
Oh man, I can tell you right now, it's actually a relief. Actually, it was a heck of a season by all NVR. Just proud of everyone on this team working really hard on the Ferrari. Uh, it's I'm just ecstatic, bro. I could just tell you straight up, it's just a big shell just lifted off everyone's shoulders, especially mine not winning a championship in online at all. So it's a very big relief.
Well, congratulations to you. You did a great job. You drove well in the rain. That Ferrari was pretty dominant in the rain. You handled pretty well.
Yeah, it did. It handled amazingly in the rain. And the big thing about the Ferrari is we were so. It was a big question mark going into it, right? And especially we had no clue what this thing can do. We unloaded it. I was like, oh my God, what am I going to do? Going to the first turn at Bathurst, I had no clue what was going on. And then I was so scared of driving in the rain. I'm like, oh my God, like, am I going to mess this up? I want to be an embarrassment. And I'm like, oh no. And then winning in the rain, I was like, oh, okay, now we're set and rock and rolly. So it was just a big relief, like I said, huge relief.
I'll have to say I did have one victory, and it was in the rain. I actually had two victories this season, and it was in the rain in the Porsche. That was I almost screwed that up on the last lap. I went off track into the grass, and I had two coming behind me, the two that I was battling all race long. We were back and forth with some beautiful passes,
So
and
Maverick,
that was on Spa.
oh, I'm sorry. So
No, go
Maverick,
ahead.
tell us about the guys that you were racing with. So I heard there's some really good drivers in there.
Yeah, there was. Well, first of all, I do have to congratulate everyone who was in the pro-am class.
Most definitely.
Uh, some of the guys who were in there were just, very, very clean, respectful drivers, and especially one. I got to give a big shout out to. I can assume who was my rival through the entire season one, S7R Arrow. He literally was my big rival the entire time driving that Aston Martin. And I can tell you one race that we had, which was my first feature race, and it was at Maggiore. I think that was round 5 or 6. I forgot, it was one of the two. And we just had an epic battle, and it was insane. He undercuts me. I think it was I can't even remember anymore. But he takes the lead at like lap 14, I think it was like 17, battling with him, and he just raced me clean the entire time. And another guy I want to give a shout out was Tom the Tech. That 10 lap battle we had in the beginning of that race was insane. I couldn't fight around this guy. That Corvette literally was kicking my butt through the entire course, and I was like, what am I going to do? What am I going to do to get around this Corvette? I was like, I figured it out, and I knew as soon as I got around that Corvette, I knew I was going to be gone. That Ferrari took off like a beautiful chicken parm coming out of the oven at an Italian restaurant. So that thing was just incredible. I'll never forget that race because I was emotional after that. I can't imagine how many ginger ales I had after that race. I was going insane.
Well, I'll tell you, you had a good battle with a few of the guys on there. Nuke, as Sector 7 Nuke. He was.
Yes, Nuke. Actually, Nuke was the other driver I wanted to give a shout out to because he was awesome. Just a very straight up clean racer. But I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, you're fine. Dipsy also was really, really good runner. He moved his way up through the field and ended up finishing third in points on the Pro-Am split.
Yeah, he did pretty well, actually. I was very impressed with him, getting up through the points because he was down in points. And he started getting better every race.
He was
And
consistent.
and especially in that GTR, which I was shocked we didn't go with that car. But my team owner is like, "Man, Maverick, just go with the Ferrari," and I'm like, "Fine."
Well, I do want to
Because
give a shout out to the pro standing winner, Mr. R.A. Shred. He had one heck of a race.
So let's see. Maverick won the which series? The Pro-Am?
Pro-Am Split 2.
And Shred won the
Pro Series Split 1 on Team Geneva.
Nice.
Maverick was a member of Team Redline. And then our amateur champion is Croatian. He's on Team Redline as well.
Congratulations.
And then we won the team championship. Team Redline won the team championship overall. So I think a full sweep of the Sector 7 GR Cup Series was wonderful for NVR. Thank you for Stig and his crew for putting on a heck of an event. McNaughty and his crew for putting on a great production. We thank you very much. And all of the streamers, Rallycross and GT45 Gaming, for streaming the lower splits. Thank you very much.
I actually was going to give a shout out to that too, but for GT45 Gaming for doing his broadcasting for the Pro-Am, because he did a phenomenal job, even though he didn't do every race, but the races he did, I guess I can say a 5-star job.
Absolutely. I believe that all of the streamers that streamed all 3 splits are greatly appreciated.
So Maverick, what was your favorite car to run in?
In the series or just in general?
In the series, yes.
Well, the Ferrari 458 was the car of choice, and as I stated before, the car was a big question mark going into the first race, which was Bathurst. And when I took it through the first couple corners in practice, just unloading that car was a big shocker, because I love the Ferrari. It's one of my favorite cars in the game, and I was just nervous. I was nervous as like a little kid starting school for the first time. Like I had no clue what was going on. And as those first couple corners felt like a dream. And we all know, who's ever an MR driver knows, these things do not handle well on Bathurst, because it's a very uphill track. It's very diverse, lots of blind corners. We had no clue what this thing was going to do. And finishing third in that race, after that dumb mistake I did in pit lane, which whoever watched that race knew that was a boneheaded move on me, and winning the sprint actually gave me confidence. I was like, okay, we're good. I'm nailing this thing. I thought, okay, I'm going to do amazing. And the Ferrari was beautiful. And with that midseason change, I was like, am I going to change? I spoke to my team, and I was like, hey, guys, do you think I should change? Is the Ferrari worth sticking with the second half of the series? And like, Maverick, just go with it. Just do it. You're doing a hell of a job. Do it. And I was like, okay. And then we took it on Spa, and I had no clue what was going on. Everyone said, Maverick, it's a rain race. The Ferrari's amazing. Remember that. And then, Bud, you remember this. When Stig's combined both classes, we were like, oh, my God, now what am I going to do? I'm going to get all these pro guys.
Yes.
That was intimidating. I'm like, oh, my God, what are we going to do? Like, I'm debuting this new livery, which was beautiful. And I was like, oh, my God, like, I wanted to win at Spa, because I never won at Spa. Spa was one of the few tracks I did not win at all. And I was like, oh, my God, what am I going to do? Now I'm facing these pro guys. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? I felt like the Grinch. Oh, the noise. Like, I'm losing my mind. And when I heard I won the Pro-Am by time, I thought I crapped my pants. I was like, really? Like, I had no clue what I was doing. I was like, bam, I nailed it. I
to
was like, oh, my
elaborate a
God.
little more on that, when they combined the Pro and Pro-Am lobbies together because of a lack of driver, I believe this was right around close to the holidays is when he did this. And the reason he combined he combined those, and to make it fair, everybody drove and competed via lap time. So the guys in the pro-am class were racing with the pros, and the pro-ams, their total time is what, not where they finished in the race, but their race time throughout the race was how they were placed in position
Mm,
after the race.
Yeah, and then I actually do want to actually point out a race that we did actually, which was the first rain race of the season. But you remember that?
Yes, sir.
That was Nürburgring, and
It was a 1-2.
Oh, 1-2 finish, buddy. And and I think that's when Stig switched everything up because he knew how dominant that Ferrari was going to be in the rain. And I didn't even know how dominant that car was going to be. And finishing that race on Nürburgring, that Ferrari just lifted again. And that was only my second win of the season, I remember, after a little bit of a mishap in the first couple races, missing the sprint at Interlagos, and which that was kind of disappointing because I thought we had a great shot to get points there. And then, just as I said, my first feature win was Maggiore. That was ecstatic, winning on my home track in Italy and just losing my mind in the Ferrari as well, doing it almost like a double shot, winning an Italian car on an Italian track. I was like, "Where's my plate of meatballs? I want to celebrate, man." I was like, "Here we go. Let's make it work." And then that win in the feature literally solidified my shot to keep doing streaks of wins. And there was one track I remember that was really, really going to kill me, and it was Red Bull. The Red Bull rank. But you remember that race too, man.
That was a painful race.
Insane.
I remember.
I remember your incident. Your incident was insane. I was like, "Where's Bud going?" I was like, where's he going on to?" I just see a little blue arrow shooting into the wall. And I'm like, "What's he doing?" And I'm watching the replay, and I'm like, "Wait a minute." And your reaction was?
Oh, yeah, everybody's going left. I thought we were going forward. I was stuck on the other version of the track, and I just and I'm like, "Where'd they going? Oh, damn!"
And then, but the greatest part is that you recovered from that because that was a tough race too. What was that? That was the Corolla, right?
Yes,
that was
that car that's little bitty Toyota Corolla that was such a pain in the butt to drive. Had such body roll.
It literally. Oh no! Yeah, it did. But
you had to slide the car around corners.
I mean, yeah, man, come on! You could have played the Tokyo Drift song. Everyone would have been having a great time. Like
exactly,
you know. And
you would have loved driving that one.
Oh, it was a decent car to drive. Actually, I'm not gonna lie. I think when we first unloaded it, that was Maggiore, right? Maggiore was when we first unloaded the car, right?
So yes, sir.
I think that was the first time we drove it, and I think I got pole in the qualifying, but finished second because we had a bad start. And that I knew right off the track off the truck, that car was going to be a handful. It felt like driving an RC car with no handling. That's literally what it felt like. It had nothing to go for, and honestly, I got laughed at for my livery. Whoever watched that stream got laughed at. Like, was like, wait, tell me, there's a pink car on the track. Who's driving the pink car? And I was like, first of all, I'm an artist. I love creating liveries, and if everyone who laughed at that livery, I'm sorry, but that was an awesome livery.
Yeah, you had quite a few awesome liveries. I think the whole team in an entirety had great liveries. I mean, we had all of our sponsors on there. We had August 5 Designs, Unique Waterworks, and Chris's Marine. Everybody had some beautiful paint schemes. A lot of pictures are up on the website. You can view some of them now. There's still more things coming to the website, so bear with us. It's still under construction. There's a lot more to come. I'll have more detailed information regarding the NVR NASCAR section, and then the Gran Turismo section. We do have some new events coming up. Sector 7 is hosting another endurance event season. So NVR will be a part of that. And there are some other things in the works. So stay tuned. Go to the
So,
website.
as we close out the interview portion of this, Maverick, one last question for you. So, what's next for you? What's on your plate next? Any plans?
Well, I was actually gonna. There's a couple things that I'm hoping for. Of course, getting ready for season 2 of S7R. I'm really looking forward to that. I think we actually got an announcement actually through MVR that since I went with the 458, fans are going to hate me. Whoever's a fan of me already, as they are, we are switching with the hopefully with the teams, whoever I get to work with, that we choose the newest GT3 edition to Gran Turismo, which was the beautiful 296 Ferrari, and I hope we go with that. I hope that's a choice.
Have you been testing that car lately? Have you been testing
I
that car?
have. It's a beautiful car. First of all, it's got a little bit of work to do, but I think it's a car that could be a very
Competitive.
endurance vehicle. It's very reliable. I know there's some keeks and tweaks that we're going to have to work with, especially with tire wear, what downforce this thing is good with, and all that stuff. So it's still a big question mark. I think the Riddler would be proud of me saying question mark all these times, but it's crazy. It's a beautiful car. And then I was going to hopefully do the NASCAR series. I was a big fan of NASCAR back in the day, and I'm very new to the whole NASCAR situation. So hopefully the NVR drivers of the NASCAR community can say, "Hey, Maverick, you're a Pro-Am champion. Shoot on in." So it's like, "Hey, come on, let's go." And
absolutely. Well, you secured yourself a spot in the NVR IROC series. So when that event comes up, you've definitely got a spot in that. We'll welcome you to the NASCAR series. Absolutely. In fact,
and I know I'm going to need some help in testing because I'm definitely not good at NASCAR 25. So I'm definitely going to need some help in trying to figure that game out and everything. But
and if anybody else is interested in running with the NVR crew, with some clean, respectful drivers who are willing to help each other out, give pointers, help drivers out with settings, setups, and whatnot, please join us anytime on PlayStation. Please. We're more than willing to help.
Thank you, Maverick, for coming on Coffee with Bud and Bigddadysauce. Congratulations on your championship. Very exciting.
Thank you.
Look forward to seeing what you got next and more exciting racing. Again, thank you very much and congratulations, dude. Awesome, dude.
Thank you, Maverick, and congratulations, everybody.
Here's to both of you, gentlemen, and enjoy the rest of your podcast.
Yes,
thank
sir.
you,
Thank
sir.
you.
Have a good day.
You too.
All right.
Awesome. Good hearing from Maverick. That was good stuff right there. Congratulations to NVR.
What is that up in the sky? What is that? Do you hear something?
It flew by. I think it's going to come back around here in a second.
Oh, it's that damn alien again, isn't it?
So.
Oh, here they come. We're being invaded. Watch out.
Real quick, before we move on, Bud, do me a favor and give me all the names that were in the Sector 7 so that everybody gets a good shout out for their good job that they did in that series.
Absolutely. In the pro standings, our champion, R.A. Shred, drove for Team Geneva. In second place was AMS Super 2K. He drove for Team Redline. He finished second. And coming in ninth was NVR Hot Air with Team Redline. And then also coming in 10th was Jeffrey GT97, driving for Team Redline as well. Come in 10th. On our Pro-Am standings, we all met Mr. NVR Maverick, Team Geneva, our victor. Coming in 7th behind him was yours truly, NVR Bud, in 7th with Team Geneva. And we also had NVR Rob, who came in 15th, driving for Team Redline. and NVR-LM for Team Geneva as well, coming 17th. On the amateur side, NVR Croatian driving for Team Redline with our victory. NVR Cruel Lob, he was fighting really hard for that second spot, ended up finishing third in the standings, driving for Team Redline. And then NVR Bull Brit finished in 10th, driving for Team Redline. Alia, driving for Team Geneva, come in 12th. She moved up one position. She was fighting Sleepy and Elvis Fresley. And then NVR Holcomb, Smokin' Holt finished 17th, driving for Team Geneva. And NVR Squidbilly moved up one position, finished 19th, driving for Team Geneva. And need I not say that Team Redline finished first, of course, with a 1696 in points for the team battles. Ando's Arsenal finished second. Sector 7's Truth's Demons finished third. And NVR's Team Geneva finished fourth. That's our rundown of the Sector 7 GR Cup. We thank everybody for all of their participation. The racing, it was wonderful, challenging, difficult. You couldn't just go in on race day. You had to practice. You had to put the seat time in because it was not an easy series.
Awesome. Congratulations, NVR. Getting all the champions, all the championships, clean sweeps. What a fantastic job. Everybody be proud of yourselves no matter where you finished. It was team effort, and NVR rocked it.
Indeed.
Good job.
Well done.
Well, I think that thing's coming back around. Let's take a look here, Bud. Here, what's this?
Man. Here it comes. Here it comes. Oh.
What in the world? Oh, check it out.
Oh,
It's our resident alien, Driver X. How you doing? Good morning.
Greetings, Earthlings! How are you doing today?
oh, pretty good. How are you today? What's new in your universe?
That was
Nothing new, you know, just a lot of us just floating around in there looking for oxygen. So we come down here every once in a while so we can breathe. But, I heard down here is doing pretty good for you guys.
Oh, yeah, we're doing awesome. So every week we're going to do a segment starting this week with Driver X, our resident alien. And he's going to have Galactic Talk is what this segment's going to be called. And he's going to have a topic point for us. So take it away, Driver X.
Well, I just want to start with congratulations to all of MVR. You guys did a fantastic job. And then right after that, I also like to congratulate Mr. Lando Norris for being champion of the world.
Congratulations, Lando. That was an interesting race to watch on the finish.
This was definitely one of the better F1 seasons we've had recently. Lando only needed to finish basically third overall. Verstappen, no matter what Verstappen did, he had to hope Lando either crashed out or just had a bad pit stop and lost a few positions. But all three points leaders were 1, 2, 3. Lando out beating Max by 2, and unfortunately Piastri was 10 plus behind those guys. But Piastri finishing second still was showing some strength. But Verstappen's championship streak is now halted, and maybe Lando could be the next one giving us some shows.
Ooh.
How about that NASCAR lawsuit?
Ooh, yeah, great topic to get into. Lawsuit. Yeah, I guess all 5 days were pretty packed and lots of emotions I'm hearing.
How things have changed since day one. I believe it's made just about a 180.
Yep, I can agree. I think a lot of people were trying to stay on a neutral side before everything came to this court order, but a lot of people also already had their opinions. But I think
But with
after
new
these,
things coming into light, I think some of
yep.
those opinions have changed. I think a lot of those opinions have changed. They've wavered.
Even before these court trials, there's been a few things that have been leaning people towards a specific side. You know, I'm no lawyer here, so this is more just jabber talk. So anyone listening, this is no professionalism. This is just opinionated here. But yes, definitely some things coming out. Some things too that I wasn't understanding until these last few days about kind of why the teams are doing what they're doing. And it's understandable. You know, if I was driving a vehicle with some sponsors on it, you know, I would want some money from there. And if I wasn't, I would be questioning why I got those sponsors on my car as well. You know, considering these car spots are so expensive. You know, NASCAR's already making enough money on their end, and now they're trying to halt these teams from making a little bit more money as they're giving entertainment to their sport, funding their pockets. I think they can give a little bit more, but
I think
I
there was
agree.
a big mess up in court the other day when NASCAR got caught coercing the people on the stand.
yeah.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
no.
And the
I
jury
think-
selection's a little iffy too, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Somebody's favorite hobby is heavy drinking. I don't think that would. I don't think that would be a clear mind into making decisions here.
Although that was funny. But yeah, there's lots of interesting things. Anybody who hasn't been following the NASCAR lawsuit, I suggest there's tons of articles and YouTube stuff out there from other people giving insights. We're here in NBR. We don't lean one or anybody to one direction or the other. You make up your own mind where you stand on things. Everybody's opinion matters, and it's just NASCAR.
It's a true American racing community.
Yeah.
I mean, we have a very wide, diverse culture of drivers. We have drivers from all over the world that participate in the NVR group and community. So we have opinions. We don't get into politics and we don't get into religion, and everybody has their own opinions of everything, and that's pretty much how we survive. I think that's what the rest of the world should do. It would be more beneficial.
So as far as NASCAR goes, I used to be a big NASCAR fan and almost never missed a race on TV, followed them and everything. And
yes, my
over
dad
the
recorded
years-
every race.
yeah, over the years, I've just fallen out of it, just the way they've changed things, and it just didn't feel like true racing to me that I grew up with and that I was brought into. And
It has changed so much, though.
it has, and I'm not saying it's
A bad
not-
thing.
not
No,
necessarily-
there are
it-
some bad things.
There are some bad things, and I think that maybe okay with the lawsuit. What I'm hoping comes out of this is I hope NASCAR does stay together. I hope things blah blah blah, but I hope it opens it back up to go back a little bit more to those roots. I mean, we don't have to go back to 1960 or 50 or anything like that. Just take a couple of steps back and get back to the fans that you've lost, like me. But it doesn't have to be huge changes. It's not huge. It's just come back. The point system. I don't like stage racing, and the playoffs I think are just dumber than heck. But those are just my opinions. I can see NASCAR taking a couple of steps back and getting those people back into it. These drivers, and I agree with, I believe somebody like Mark Martin, I think, said this. Don't quote me on that. But I think he said something about we lost touch with, a lot of people can't name the crew chiefs for these drivers and their crews and stuff like that. They need more. They need more to them. And I agree. When I watched NASCAR, you knew all those crew chiefs and everything. You followed it. It was like a like football or baseball cards. You knew these people. Today, I just don't think that's the thing. You just kind of know the drivers.
Yeah, NASCAR's doing less for more these days. It's really lost its flexibility. I think they've gone more towards the straight business side instead of the entertainment slash business side of things. And if we get that flexibility back, I think we can get the sport back to where it's more enjoyable and it gets the fan base that they're going for. It's these are loud vehicles, and that kids are attracted to that, and that's what they go for. But these days too, the main thing with NASCAR is their races are longer than others. Aside from endurance racing, they're almost 3.5, 4 hours. That's hard for a young kid these days to sit down and watch a screen or sit
For
down
that
at
long of time.
Yeah, and that's the one thing a lot of people have talked about or even tried to do is lower these races. And they've done a few in the past already, and some people questioned it, but a lot of people got to understand it is the attention span. Because the next closest race that's the longest outside of endurance racing is Formula One, and those races are an hour and a half to hour 45 minutes long at most.
Mm-hmm.
And those are just as entertaining or even more entertaining than one of the NASCAR races, 3.5, 4 hours.
Well,
So-
what doesn't help any of this, and this, I'm not talking about kids. I'm talking about any of us. I don't care
Yeah.
what age you are, anything. The digital world that we're in, cell phones and tablets and stuff. I do it. I watch my football sometimes, and I've got the tablet in front of my face, and I'm not truly paying 100% attention to the game. So I get the race length and stuff, but ultimately it's just the nature of where we're at in today's world that doesn't help anything.
Correct. The entertainment factor. There's a vast arrangement of what's out there to entertain you. So having something to hold your entertainment for 3 hours is, it's got to be gripping. It's got to be captivating. There has to be some excitement. Otherwise, you're going to get bored. You're going to fall asleep during the middle of the race, and all you want to do is watch the beginning and the last, and just see the highlights of wrecks. That's how a lot of people have gotten to be, and I really did like Tony Stewart when he was trying to start his own series. I was captivated with that, but it really didn't take off. The reason I liked it is because the cars were the same.
Kind of like an
you just-
IROC type thing. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. And I really enjoyed that. But I don't think he had the true following that he should have had. And I think that could have turned into,
I don't know. Isn't it
big
the
series.
SRX series that he's doing?
Yes.
It's actually starting to take off.
Is it doing?
Yeah,
Is
it's actually starting to really take off.
well, I think if
Well, it's always been very popular, even when it started because of what it is.
and he had
but
a
it's-
vast array of drivers. On
Yes,
there
and
also.
that was the other issue. A lot of these old drivers were going over there
Mhm.
and not coming back and doing part-time series with NASCAR, and that's another thing that was involved in this lawsuit too was the SRX series. They were seen as a threat, by NASCAR, which even at its prime, it didn't even get a quarter of the percent of what NASCAR was doing at that time either. So
I think they were more intimidated of the fact that it was Tony Stewart
And other big
because
name
of how
drivers
outspoken. Yes,
Yeah.
because of
Yeah.
how outspoken Tony
Well,
was.
they didn't run that many
is.
races. What was it, 6 or something? 6, 8 or something?
yeah, it was a very limited schedule. They had
Mhm.
various tracks that never raced at.
A lot of
And
small tracks.
everything, but I think they added more throughout the years because they were able to dial the cars in a little bit quicker and figure stuff out. The first years was a little slow, gave some time gaps to get these cars back in line and all this stuff. I
Learning
actually
experience.
I actually had a buddy working on the SRX series as a photographer.
Oh, nice.
I raced with him. His name is Bobby Krug. He's actually got a YouTube channel as well. He also works for Skip Barber, and he does a lot of F4 racing. I think he's in the
Nice.
F3s now as well, working his way up through those.
Very cool.
But yeah,
Well, any series. I mean, we don't have the IROC series like we used to. And anytime you put a bunch of big name drivers in a small series, it's going to draw.
Absolutely.
It's going to draw. So the SRX series was no different than the IROC if you really think about it.
True.
And how exciting is that to turn on a race that's going to be short in length mostly, and the cars are identical, but the big name drivers in there that people know and everything, it gives it an all-star feel. It feels like a NASCAR all-star race, but you just get
Exactly.
6 of them, and that's exciting. So
And what I was fascinated about too, so when you just like what you said, it was like, oh, I ain't seen him in a while.
hmm
I ain't heard from that person in a long time.
right. I mean,
hmm
but Tony Stewart, let's give a big shout out to Tony Stewart. This guy is an amazing driver. What can't he drive? Anybody
Right.
tell me what he can't drive? That man can drive anything.
Yeah.
Didn't he do great in the NHRA?
Yes, he did. He
He
won a
did.
championship.
Yes, he's on.
Too, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, look, he did IRL, he did NASCAR, he did short track racing, he owns Eldora, did NHRA. This guy's
The
And
man
then the-
loves racing.
yeah, it's just totally amazing. So when he puts together something like an SRX, you know you're getting something.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
You better
Tony
pay
Stewart,
attention
hell of a
because this
driver.
man knows racing.
Yeah, he knows a
Yep.
lot of stuff. Yeah. Tony Stewart, dude. Wow.
You're
But
awesome.
anyway, we're gonna open it up to just general chat here and let all our viewers and stuff and special
Anybody
guests come on
joining
in.
us in chat?
So good morning,
Voice
Rob.
chat.
We see you here. Are you with us, Rob?
Yep, I'm here. How
Good
y'all
morning,
doing?
Rob. How you
Good
doing today?
morning.
I'm good. I'm practicing for later.
Nice.
Did you get
Yeah.
your coffee?
No, I'm about 15 minutes from going in there and cooking breakfast. So
There you go. What are we having?
yeah.
Blazer.
So how is everybody? Blazer, yeah, I just saw you in.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning, dude.
Hey, Blazer.
Seaman's here.
What's up? I
What's
just
going
hit my
on?
time on Darlington, so I'm probably gonna get off soon. Under 28. That was my goal. I just hit it. I'm good with it.
So what are y'all thinking about the NASCAR stuff? Any thoughts? Anybody have any opinions? Guess not. Everybody keep quiet on that. They're like, nah.
Not really. I mean, I just think that everybody
But
needs
y'all
to
are
practice.
right.
Everybody needs to
You
practice
get one or
as much
two
as
of
they can.
them NASCAR drivers going to, like this weekend, they're racing. There's one of them racing on dirt. There's 2 or 3 of them racing on that Pensacola. They call it Snowball Derby.
Mm.
Where's that at?
That's in Pensacola, Florida.
Oh,
there's-
okay.
Yeah, it's a big late model asphalt race, and then Gateway St. Louis are racing a dirt race. They got one of them out there, and then of course the Chili Bowl have a shitload of them. So
Yeah,
I
when
mean,
is that Chili Bowl?
Chili Bowl starts right around? It seems like it's usually right in the early January. It's right before the it's about the 10th or so of January. I'm not sure exactly when, but I will
So
let you
somewhere
know.
after the first of the year, yeah.
Yeah, it's right in there.
I know
So
that's
that's
a big
from,
event. I think maybe
that's-
Flow Sports or something has that on there or something.
Yeah,
I don't
Flo's
know.
got it on there. That's
Yeah.
what yeah.
Flow Racing?
I
Mm.
have to renew
That's it.
my and it's really I like Flow Racing. If y'all like any kind of grassroots style racing,
hmm
even they got all kinds of
Yes, they
dirt
do.
late model racing, and I've been a fan of dirt late model racing my whole
And
life.
I'd like to give a shout out to Hunt the Front Racing. I've been
Yeah,
following
that's
them
pretty good.
since day one, and I tell you what, that team has grown to quite
Yep.
the little organization. They have their own series on the dirt,
Yep.
which is very impressive. They've joined forces with Kubota, and they had a great year this year. Joseph has won a championship, and that team's something to keep an eye on. Everybody, they're a great dirt late model racing team out of Milton, Florida. Great group of guys.
Yep.
They got a
They have a
YouTube
podcast
channel.
and everything else too.
Yes,
where
sir. They have
interview,
podcast, YouTube channel,
hotter
Hunt the
drivers.
Front TV.
Yep, got a TV channel. And they got their own series too, yeah. And they got 10 or 12 drivers that race their series every week, no matter what.
Yes, sir. Great group of guys. Great series to watch. They Lucas Oil Series, they've raced in that as well. So they've been getting their name out and trying to.
He actually had a chance to get a ride in that, and I think he declined it. so he could stay in his other series. He had a ride with the 19M. I don't know if you know what car that is.
Yes. He drove.
He raced like the Dirt Track World Championship in that car, and a couple other places. But I think he wanted to stay with his home team, which makes sense with all the other shit they got going.
Correct.
So, good morning, everybody. Those who have just joined us or joining in or anything, we're in the open chat. Coffee with Bud and Bigddadysauce. I hope everybody's doing good this morning. And open chat. Have any stories or any questions or anything anybody would like to talk about? Join us. Blazer, how was your weekend?
Oh, it was pretty good until last night.
Uh-oh, what happened last night?
Oh, the Big Ten championship game.
That's right. He's an Ohio State fan. He must be.
I know. I opened up my sliding door after that game, and I could just hear everybody crying in Ohio. That was
you
nice.
didn't see any Georgia fans crying, did you?
Georgia win, did they?
Oh yeah, they kicked butt.
Who'd they
First time
play?
they beat Alabama in the SEC championship.
Alabama.
Alabama. Gotcha.
Yeah, that was bad. That's the first time they beat Alabama in that championship game, probably 3 or 4 years. It seems like.
Well, I did see that.
Alabama's cost them a lot of number ones. They probably could have won one more national championship if it weren't for Alabama beating them in that game.
Yeah, it's one and done. Always like that. Yeah. Ohio State missed a crucial field goal. I think it was a 27-yarder. Am I right?
Oh yeah, he missed it by about
Yep.
a half a foot.
He shanked it.
He did. He pulled it pretty good.
Boy, that'll haunt him.
Oh yeah.
Poor kid. Oh well.
It's okay. They're still gonna be in the they're gonna be in the series. The
playoff thing.
In my opinion, all the hype I've heard about that's the first time I've actually watched Ohio State all year. I think Georgia's gonna kill them when they play them.
Oh
yeah. I think Georgia's got something for that team. Yeah, they didn't look good at all in my opinion.
Now everybody has a bad day.
Yeah, they had a bad day. That's for sure.
I mean, my Packers played the Browns early on in the season.
I have my own opinions about that game last night, but can't prove it. But I'm pretty sure Ryan Day took over play calling duties because it looked like a Ryan Day game to me. And every time they showed him, he had that play call sheet right in front of his face.
Oh god.
So I'm pretty sure he took the play calling duties over for Brian Hartline that's leaving. Because it sure looked like one of his games, which he sucks at play calling.
Oh wow.
So, can't prove it though, and he'll never admit it. So.
Hey Chad,
what do y'all think of that coach leaving Ole Miss to go to LSU?
Lane Kiffin?
Yeah. I think that's terrible for the kids at that school.
I think that was kind of dirty myself, but
oh yeah, I feel the same way. But
he's just like the players though, chasing the money, chasing the money.
It's not about the game; it's about that dollar.
Yeah, it's not about the game anymore. It's about how much money you're going to get wherever you're going.
And I think that's an aspect that has become the norm anymore today. And we were just discussing this about NASCAR.
With anything, yeah.
It's about the dollar. It's all about the mighty dollar.
So what'd you have, Bud?
Oh, I was going to ask you this Saturday's preparation for the upcoming NVR NASCAR series. You're hosting a lobby this weekend at.
Next up for Saturday, we're gonna do the truck series, which is fixed setup, and we're gonna be running at Michigan. I figured that one out this morning. We're gonna do Michigan.
Awesome. Michigan.
So, nice wide track, a lot of spacing. Get the practice on there. We'll probably get some smaller tracks in, but I want to get these bigger tracks in to get people calmed down a little bit. And I know we have the AIs in there, and the AIs are a little bit slower than us and stuff, but we've really got to practice at working traffic, and whether it be an AI or an actual human being, it's all about like the league motto is, just because you can, should you. Tons of time, races are long, gotta we gotta learn to settle down a little bit. If you've got a good car, you know you're gonna get up there. It's not a matter of when. It's just it'll happen. It's just we've got a lot of things to practice on,
Oh,
and
absolutely. And I think that with holding all these practices, during the week, everybody practices and tries to learn and understand and get more knowledge about the car, the track, and how their tires go away, how their car pushes out, or how to adjust their car during the race. And then when it comes up to the race time, I think we should have these Saturday and Sunday races by Big Daddy Sauce 53 and AMX Driver X as practice real events. So these real events should be taken as such as, this is for real. We're racing for real, not for fun.
well,
You're paying for the car, so treat every car on the track as though they're an actual player competitor.
right. The other part of that is a lot of people have lives. We get that,
Oh, absolutely.
and during the week it could be a little hard to get on, and stuff. And there's always somebody on that has a lobby up or whatever. Join in, no matter what the settings are in it. At least it's track time. Uh, we don't sit there and say nobody can't join us,
Absolutely.
even if you're not part of NBR, you can join us.
And if you don't know how to join us, we generally have an open chat, voice chat on PlayStation, and if you join that voice chat, you may select one of the players there and enter the game through them, join their game.
Mhm.
That's one of the ways. There's another way too.
Yeah, we don't hold open public lobbies because then we just kind of get randomized people that don't
We get
really.
abusers.
Yeah, and we're not going to allow that to happen.
No.
But if you're friends with somebody, and that's another thing, if you're even slightly interested in racing with us, even if it's just to race with us on the side, find somebody that's in the league, send them a friend request, and then when they are in a lobby, that you can join through there. And a lot of these
Absolutely.
people aren't going to go, or aren't going to be like, no, you can't come in with us. You're not. Yeah.
No.
This is how the community grows as a whole.
You got to crawl before you walk.
So NBR is open. We're a good community. We're open-minded, helpful.
Non-discriminative.
hmm So yeah, any of these races, practice races, all are welcome. Join us, have some fun, get some drive time, learn the cars.
Enjoy the camaraderie. That's the other aspect that I really enjoy. It's the camaraderie that everybody from all over the country, we have different things going on in our lives. We have different weather. We have accents that crack us up. It's just,
Yeah,
I mean, we have a lot of fun. We really do.
we do. We have a lot of fun.
I mean, it's what you got to do. That's why we're doing this, right?
Yeah, that too. That's a big part of it.
It helps you get away from all the crap in life. You forget about the nagging old lady, pardon the French. You forget about your boss. You forget about the kids screaming. You forget about shit. You're engulfed in your racing, and it's like an escape.
It is.
It's our little aha.
Yep, sit down and relax.
Right.
Chill out.
Right.
But one thing I would like to ask is anybody who joins these races and stuff, don't bring your ego. Leave your ego at home. Don't want to see your ego.
No, we don't. We're not looking for you to prove anything to us.
Nope.
If anything, proven to us will be not wrecking.
Yeah, clean driving.
Not getting clean driving.
Respect,
being avoided.
clean driving.
Yep.
Blah 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 blah. Just things like that. And don't wear your heart on your sleeve. Incidents will happen.
Oh yeah.
Even if it's just one incident in a race, I mean, there's going to be one. It's going to happen. There's going to be a mistake.
And we're all humans.
We're all humans, and in the end of the day, we'd like to all come out of it and just laugh it off, have some fun with it, and blah 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 blah.
I will say this. I think that doing the clipping of the incidences is helping everybody else see and understand what really happened
Oh yeah,
and
last
and,
night.
and see the full aspect of the races. I mean, I saw so many clips pop up on the chat. I was like, holy cow, that was
That's what
awesome.
you wanted.
Absolutely, and it was spectacular. I got to see 3 different views of the same wreck, and it was like, oh, wow, that was cool. And I really like that. And, those can be clipped and taken and used for, a later video or something like that.
But when we get into league, that's going to help us determine incidents
Exactly.
and stuff. The other thing I noticed last night was, so we raced Homestead, Miami, and it can get a little slippery coming out of turns and stuff. And what we noticed was, so if you were
Hitting
on the
that
high
ball?
side, because the high side right X was
That was the
kind of the
line.
preferred line, but you can get pinched up there, and when you come out of a turn, whether it be turn 4 or turn 2, especially turn 2, it seems like, you get pinched up there, and you're gonna naturally say the guy that pinched you on your left, "Oh, you drove up into me." But when you watch that clip that somebody had from behind, well, they kind of got pushed up from their left, but you didn't see that. So those clips are just revealing to the whole situation. They're very helpful.
Yes, they helped a lot, and it was interesting watching them because there were a lot. And I really enjoyed it.
Some of those incidents were just people spinning out coming out of the turns. I mean, you might think somebody had tapped you or something. Oh, no, you just kind of got a little loose there and you lost it. I mean, it happens. So there was no one person in that race last night that didn't have something. It wasn't we're we're not pointing fingers at any individuals.
Oh yeah, everybody had their
Oh, I
own
had one.
incidences. I mean, it was just racing.
Yeah, I had one. I'm gonna admit that right off the get go. That was all me. That was a dirt.
Yeah.
But since I wasn't racing, I actually made a comment in our group thing that I thought you guys were playing NASCAR, not Wreckfest. With all the clips that were coming in.
Well, some of that was right after restarts where everything was bunched up and got tight, got real tight. And it's easy to bounce off a car or off a wall or something, and it's just the purpose of these practices are just to get used to being in those packs on restarts. See, in Gran Turismo, there was a max of 16 cars. Here, we have a max of 40 cars. That's a lot more cars in a pack on a restart. So it's take your time. You got to pick your way through the field. Like I said, you're going to get to the front if you've got a fast car. You just got to relax a little bit. X came to the back with me a few times, and it didn't seem like he had too difficult a time getting back up into the top 10.
No.
C-Man did it. I did it. There was a few other people that did it. I mean, even Bird, once he finally got his car dialed in, he was loose. He was struggling there in the beginning. That poor car of his. Hey, he was fighting that car right from the get-go.
Yes, he was really loose there at the start, and I've watched him wiggle that rear end. Oh my, it was hilarious.
Yeah, there was a few of them. He took turn 1 and 2 almost completely dirt tracking it around.
Drifting it.
Yeah. I just sat back there like, oh boy, here we go. Look at him go. And he'd straighten that thing out. And I'm like, that boy's working that wheel. So
he had to work that wheel, that's for sure.
Yeah, hands full. It was, but most of the time he was able to recapture it and continue on. So, but hey, that makes him a better driver too, if we want to be honest about it.
Oh, absolutely. He had to learn a lot real quick.
Yeah, but I think he did.
I believe he did too. He ended up pitting several times to adjust his car, and I believe he finally got it to where he could drive it and wasn't as loose. He tightened it up pretty good.
Yeah, and that's what that's all about too, is getting in the pits and making those adjustments to start getting that car to handle a little bit better and more to your liking. And then we were working on, we were doing practices earlier in the day for that race, and there were several of us in there, and I gotta admit, we were struggling to try to find a decent setup on it. And
Yeah, it's a tough track.
yeah, we stumbled. I think Erpel stumbled across the setup. It was great on the get-go, but that car really went a different direction as the tires started to wear down a little, just a little bit. It changed kind of drastically. You had to change your style mid run, but that's true in NASCAR. So, what are you thinking, X? You're pretty quiet.
I think the race was actually pretty good. We had our little spurts, but we also had a few good long runs, and those long runs definitely showed whose car was better in the long run, who was better in the short.
Mm-hmm.
Mine was definitely a little bit. It was better on the long run. I was a little slow and slideways on the start.
A little bit slideways.
Yeah, first few laps were it's like driving on ice. But once he got in the tires, it took off like a rocket, and it held speed. That was a good thing.
So your
the
car
Xfinity
was
cars,
opposite. Yeah.
Yeah, these Xfinity cars are a little tricky to figure out.
Yeah, each series has its little quirks in how they drive. It's very interesting.
Yes, they do.
But isn't that true in real NASCAR though?
Yep, I think the Xfinity and trucks are kind of almost set up the same way. You got a base to set up off that back left tire, and then you got ARCA and Cup. You just got to get that left side and rotation out of it the best you can.
Well, that's funny because if I'm right in the truck series, if you look at one of the trucks, you're thinking, well, it's a pickup truck. It's got weight. But the way they're built, the back end of that truck is just thin sheet metal. Am I right?
Yep, just full of air.
Yeah.
Nothing really there.
There's no weight back there. You got more weight in the nose of that car. That engine outweighs the whole back half of that damn truck.
Yep.
No doubt.
So, driving style. I mean, get in that. If you're on the game, get in that truck and run around a few different tracks. You're really gonna feel that back end want to slide on you, and that's where you're gonna have to get some tunes and really learn to drive. Oh baby.
It all depends on the track you're at too, and the temperature and all that stuff. We don't have access to the temperatures and everything, but you can kind of give it we're all around the world, and we can kind of figure out from what we've heard through the years from each other what kind of temperatures that area has. So, you go to Phoenix, obviously you can expect hotter temperatures. You go to Kansas, probably some mid to low temperatures. You got Martinsville, definitely you want low temperatures there. You can kind of use a little bit of guesstimation of what the car is going to do with the air and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's fun. It's all fun. It's good stuff. I find myself in the Xfinity and the trucks and the ARCA series. There's no fifth gear, and I keep wanting to shift to fifth. It's just not there.
Yeah, I do the same thing every once in a while, and sometimes I double click. It's like it didn't work the first time, and it ain't gonna work the second time.
But it's fun. It's good stuff.
I did want to touch on something that you, Driver X, had shared on the Discord. You shared two charts that helped explain a little bit of setup guide tuning. It gives a little insight as to what you need to do if to adjust, tightness and looseness on springs and the rebound, tires and camber. And
Yeah, there's a basic one. And there's a more in-depth one. The more in-depth one goes over how the car feels at the beginning of the turn, the middle of the turn, and the out of the turn. And it told you what you needed to do. If your springs were if you were loose, and you would raise up your spring rates or lower your spring rates and all that stuff. Just kind of depending. And the main thing is to understand if your tires aren't wearing, they're not being used. So you might have to pit more in some instances, but your tires are getting used.
correct. And paying attention to the temperatures on those tires really does matter when it comes to tuning and adjusting how your car feels.
Your tires tell you more than anything about the car than just feel. Mm-hmm. Your tires are everything.
Well, certain tracks will eat tires up just generally than others.
That track yesterday would have beat up tires if we'd put it on like 3 or 4. It would have, not every 10 laps you needed to.
I had great tire wear yesterday.
I did when you turned it to 1, but I'm just saying if it would have been like when I practiced at 4, so I can really tell how quick it's gonna wear out compared to normal. Yeah,
Yeah, I think we had the
one fast lap.
That right front, we had it dialed in so the temperatures were pretty even throughout the run, so it wasn't wearing as hard. It was nice and flat on the surface. I think it was the back end that was tightening up on us.
As the car went on, as the run went?
Yeah, see, we were opposite. X said he was loose on the first few laps, and then once the temperature came up and he got the grip, he was able to take off. We were the opposite. We started off with the right amount of grip in the turns and everything, and then as the car drove on for 5 to 10 laps, I think our rears were starting to tighten up on us, and you had to you couldn't get back in the gas as fast. And
it'd be interesting to compare both of y'all's setups just by hearing what y'all have said. I'm curious to see what both of y'all were running, just to see the reasons why. It's a helpful understanding.
Well, driving style also, you got to take that into consideration. I mean,
that's a factor.
Some people like to go in, stay high on the track and then dive into the corner. Others like to stay up on that high side and run that whole high corner. So your tire wear is going to be different. I mean, I could totally see if you're being more aggressive in a turn.
Oh, you're definitely going to have more wear.
So generally speaking, but not always, if you're running on that high side, you're coasting through that turn. You're not eating on that tire as much. But does it mean you've necessarily entered and exited that corner at a peak speed versus somebody who dove in and then coasted out through? But again, it's all about driving style and what you want your car to do. Do you want it to last for 50 laps, or do you want it to last for 30 laps?
True.
And that's going to be, once we get into the season, the league season, the first season, you're going to see a lot of that. I think if we get a lot of green laps in, you're going to see it just on the pit stops alone.
I believe so too. I mean, even though you have a setup for that car, you may want to, go into pits and change it because of, track temperature or whatever. And not that we have any control over the time of day that these events happen. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's all in game, but it would be nice if they had some actual weather from. That would be spectacular.
I am hearing more talk about a league, or what do they call it? A league.
League lobbies?
League lobbies. I am hearing some more talk about that.
It would be so welcome.
So that could actually change things too.
Oh, I think it would. It would probably, if they get this change done before February when the league starts, That could help a lot. And if they do it during the season, there may have to be some adjustment to the league to accommodate. So, I mean, it's just an expectation that may happen and may not happen. Don't know when the time frame.
Right. So with all this being said, I mean, let's be honest. iRacing's first console game for NASCAR, I'm not going to say it's a bad game. I think they did pretty good out the gate. I know that there's things that they want to work on and everything, and I know there's a lot of things that people want to see done.
And they
But
are listening to their...
They are, but I'm sure X can back me up on this. We don't have a bad product here.
No. I
X?
think they have a great product. X, are you there?
What do you think?
I'm pretty happy with it.
I'm sorry, I was muted. I didn't realize I hit the button. No,
I'm
I think it's a wonderful game.
Without getting cut off.
It's the only game that I play at the moment, so if that tells you anything.
I think
I
they
haven't
did pretty
touched
good out
anything.
the gate.
Yep.
I'm really excited to see where they can take it and what they're going to bring to us next and enhance.
Enhance.
I mean, like I say, the only way is up, and if we get any better than this, we're gonna have ourselves a fantastic NASCAR game soon.
Yeah.
A lot better. I already give this a 5-star out of 5. Let's see if we can get a 6 out of 5.
There we go.
Oh, I think we're going to get a 6 out of 5. Just give them time. Just let them work on it.
Oh yeah.
I mean, there's names on the line. You got iRacing. That's huge in racing. And you got Dale Earnhardt Jr. involved in it. And then, you know.
Not to mention all of the other drivers themselves, of whom drive. They're the ones that make this happen, too.
Oh, yeah. And then they've got other outside sources that have come in that have a lot of experience and stuff. So it's a work in progress, but it's still a really good product out the gate.
And New Velocity Racing is willing to help them grow. Hopefully we grow along with them.
Oh, I think we're all going to grow. It's just, let's get everybody on more frequently and when they get time and get running and get a feel for the cars. And it's just, it's a work in progress, but we've got a couple months to get there.
We're young.
Well, the game's young, so.
Yes.
So yeah, anybody listening that's out there, and we hope you're all having a great Sunday. NewVelocityRacing.com shows our schedule, some of our driver profiles, races that are up and coming. There's a trophy room. Bud, tell us a little bit about that trophy room that you're working on.
Oh, yes, the trophy room is just a little homage to all of our victors for previous wins. We have the last 2 years of NASCAR. We have the Sector 7 Series trophies in there. We also, on their way, I'm making the IROC Series. We have, I believe it was 5 IROC races. So those trophies will be going up in there. It's just a little nod to the guys racing and showing them little championship applause.
Yeah, good stuff on that website. New Velocity YouTube channel. We're trying to get that up and running. We're having a little difficulty with that. We're hoping by next weekend we can get the podcast brought up there in a better format than what I can do. But we've got a lot of stuff planned for that. Be a little bit better of experience because Bud's got a lot of things planned for it.
A lot of things planned ahead, everybody. We're young, we're slow, we're just getting started, learning as we're going. I've never done a podcast in my life. I've, never created a website, but hey, I'm learning as I go, having fun. I got Austin to help us, so he's been our tech man with the website, and he's done a good job.
And the videos, these podcasts right now will be pulled over to the New Velocity YouTube so that they can be viewed there. But like I said, once we get that fully up and running without technical difficulties, that'll be the prime spot to be viewing and listening to the Coffee with Bud and Bigddadysauce. That's going to be the better spot. You'll, instead of just watching what you see on the screen now, you'll have more visual and things will change over there as the podcast goes on. So, anything you want to add before we get out of here for today?
No, sir. I believe that we covered quite a bit today. I think that everybody is well informed. We do have
Congratulations again to the NVR Sector 7 crew. Oh, big shout out to Stig, I believe, who's running Sector 7.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And you said McNaughty for doing all the productions.
Yes, sir.
That is awesome. Good job, guys. We appreciate all that. So with that, I think we're going to go ahead and call this one in the books. And till next Sunday, wishing everybody a great week. And Christmas is coming, so be safe out there, everybody. Until next time.